Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. So in the previous episode, it was actually going to be 2 episodes because I had no idea how long I recorded, but we went through the story yet again to get all of the bad endings that I had missed. At first I wasn't really going to do this, but it was highly advised that I actually go back and do this. And I thought, well, why not? Since, I don't have any recording restrictions or anything, might as well, right? Might as well take the time before we go into the whole, different section of the game here and actually see, what is hiding in these bad endings that I was able to miss. I think I got 8 bad endings in my go around, so the other ones, I just straight up, I'm choosing to go and get. I don't know if you guys saw me getting the bad endings, as we were going through the playthrough. Up to this point, if you guys saw that, I was for sure going to get a specific, bad ending, but I think I did pretty well with avoiding some of these. Some of these were pretty interesting and tricky, but my curiosity definitely got the better of me. So ending 13 here is an odd one. This bad ending number 13 is its own section, actually, in this guide that I'm following on Steam here by user Ali. And I guess the goal here is we need to be an asshole to Saber. We actually need to, choose the decisions that make her not like us. For whatever reason, that seems to be the goal. Which means I'm going to have to load back into the very beginning. Luckily, I have a lot of saves from my, uncertainty while recording on this temporary setup. And I think this one is the first actual choice. I think. I could be completely wrong. I really could be wrong here. Yeah, but oh well. We don't have to get all of the choices. We don't have to get all the choices that are negative to Saber. I think the goal is that we have to get the majority. We basically need to stay under a certain amount, from what I understand. But that's all I know. That's all I know. So actually, no, this actually is the first choice here. So I'm being told, I'm just going to follow this guide. It may lead us into some choices that I didn't choose in the first go around. And in the very beginning, I'm pretty sure Shirou woke up and, we didn't know about Sakura all that well. It was a whole new adventure at the very beginning, but we're going to go do the daily tasks instead of helping Sakura. So as we're going back through all of these choices, any choice that I make that is different than what I chose in the first go around, I'll actually read through it for you guys. There's a respectable dojo built within the Emiya house. That is true. It was added as an afterthought when the entire house was being built. It was nothing more than a hobby and indulgence. I'll do some light exercise before breakfast. I'm not really studying martial arts, but my old man once told me, if you want to be like me, you'll need to harden your body. Since then, I've made a point of working out every day. Not a bad idea in general, actually. I finished my daily sit-ups and changed from my I actually don't know what that is, into my school uniform. But since I overslept, I decided to work out just enough to satisfy me. A few sit-ups with no stretching should be enough. Wouldn't you want to stretch? Isn't choosing not to stretch actually detrimental? I'm not built to bulk up, and no matter how important they say bodybuilding is, it's not like I want to get into fights. All I need is to gain enough athletic ability to handle unexpected situations and be able to move the way my silly ideals require. After all, the thing I most want to be is the complete opposite of an athlete. I toss my sweaty... I don't know what that is. Dogi? Yeah, I don't even know how to properly pronounce it, but we toss it in the laundry hamper. It's already 20 past 6. The Emiya household's mornings start early, so even this time would be considered late for breakfast. Yeah, I'm sure. Breakfast is already prepared. The appetizing scent of the breakfast Sakura cooked wafts toward me from the dining table. There we go.
お疲れ様でした。こっちも朝食の支度終わりましたよ。
I don't remember her wearing that apron though.
サンキュー。すまん。俺が寝過ごした分、さくらに無理させちまって。
そんな、全然無理なんかじゃないですよ。それに、寝坊なんかじゃありません。
部活は関係ないよ。それを言ったら、朝練があるさくらがうちに来てくれるのってすごい早起きじゃないか。
いえ、私は好きでしていることですから、部活のことは気にしないでください。
それは何度も聞いた。まあ、だから俺も部活に関係なく早起きしたいんだ。さくらが来てくれるなら、その時間には起きてないと失礼だろ。
To me, waking up early is waking up before Sakura gets here, and oversleeping means I make Sakura prepared breakfast on her own like today.
先輩、そういうところこだわりますよね。道釣先輩、エミヤは粗雑なくせに律儀すぎてうるさいって。
Mitsuzuri is the captain of the Kyoto club Sakura is in, and she and I seem to cross paths often. This is actually working as a pretty good recap, by the way, since it's been a long time since we've been at the very beginning of this story.
はい。先輩が卒業するまでに何としても社でを鳴らせてやるって毎日頑張ってます。
今じゃあいつのが段位高いだろうに。あれかな、思い出は無敵ってやつかな。美化されてるのは悪い気分じゃないけど、それも人によりけりっていうか。
道釣先輩、すっごく負けず嫌いですから、きっと心の中で先輩をライバルみたいに思ってますよ。
Competition? Sakura scoops rice into a bowl as she talks. It's almost 6:30. The Kyoto Club's morning practice starts at 7. Attendance is not mandatory, but she doesn't have much time left.
藤根はそろそろか。ま、この時間に来ない方が悪いんだし。さくら、先に食べていいよ。
そうですね。はい、どうぞ先輩。
Sakura hands me the rice bowl with a smile. Oops. I should be used to this every morning, but her delicate fingers catch my attention. Control yourself, man. I can't explain it, but it's awkward. I'm not sure if it's our age, but Sakura has been looking more provocative lately. Nah, that's just you. Her casual movements are so pretty, she often takes my breath away. Maybe it's because I never saw Sakura that way before, but now I'm noticing how feminine she's becoming.
先輩、どうかしましたか？
いや、どうもしてない。どうもしてないから気にしないでくれ。
Even so, she wasn't, prominent whatsoever in this route, in the Fate route. Like, I still have a positive opinion about Sakura, and I hope that we really get to learn more about her in the next routes. Honestly, it's baffling. Why the hell am I getting nervous around my friend's younger sister? Friend. Sakura is just a really good and considerate younger friend of mine, and she's someone I need to look after. She's the younger sister of a friend of mine. We used to be friendly, though initially we weren't very close, and she's a grade below me. It was only a year and a half ago that our relationship became more of what it is now. Sakura started to come and cook meals for me when I got hurt, and things kind of stayed like that. I think this arrangement was supposed to last until I got better, but I guess something or other happened and somehow she ended up helping out with household chores. Either way, Sakura is a good cook, and her cleaning and laundry skills are perfect. Having her come early in the morning is a big help, but it's been disconcerting recently. Sakura isn't the problem, it's me. I'm sure being flustered by my friend's sister is part of the reason I feel guilty. Usually I'm unfazed, but when I blush because I get caught off guard like now, I wonder whether that's problematic as her senpai. Don't worry about it. Skip this scene, breakfast morning at the Emiya house. The thing is, I actually have no idea what scenes I need to skip. I have absolutely no idea. I want to say yes, we can skip this scene. But no to this one based on the choice that I'm seeing coming up here. Though I'm not sure. I actually may have already missed something. We're gonna find out. We basically have a choice to make with either helping him out or going to work. But it looks like I missed the choice anyways, so fuck me, right? Actually, you know what? No, that was the choice I was supposed to make. So we helped out with the student council. That was actually the right choice. So that actually works out. Okay, I actually have no idea where the next choice is, so really at this point, it's just gonna be the jumping around. Oh, here it is. Actually, you know what? I didn't get to the choice yet. Okay. No, we're not gonna go to our part-time job. We're gonna help the student council. And should we skip this scene? Yes. But no. No to that one, maybe. Oh, this is the first time we came across Ilya. Crazy. Okay, I think the next choice is actually coming up here. And it's actually crazy. There's no choices that we need to worry about. No, I'm not going to skip that. There's no choices to make in day 2. But we're going to rest. I suppose I should take a little break before my evening training. Now that's settled, I should be as efficient as I can. First I need to wake Fujine up since she's been dozing in the living room. Then I'll thank Sakura for dinner and see the two of them off on their way home. Then I'll take a bath and rest a bit more. Honestly, pretty chill way of going about the evening. I have to admit. And yeah, I guess now we can skip this scene because... Oh, and day 2? Yep, we can skip everything day 2. And we'll save the game even because who knows, I might make a mistake somewhere. I'm gonna have way too many save slots used here. Hey, yo, wait, this is different. Morning exercise is my daily routine, so I might as well do some light workouts. I guess because of the choices we made in the previous day, we're having a bit of a different morning in day 2. I like that. I really like how deep these choices actually tend to go. There's a respectable dojo built in the Emiya house. I know this. We've already been told this information. Fujine apparently used this place as her playground even before I came to this house. This is new information now. But then I became Kiritsugu's disciple and started using this place more often. Fujine hated me for that for a while. There's only one thing I do here. Training to be a mage means I can't neglect training my body. One of the conditions of being a mage is maintaining yourself at your physical peak. When Kiritsugu was still alive, he and I sparred often. Well, more that he just kicked my ass every time, so I never really learned how to win myself. But at least I learned the difference between a fight and a battle. In other words, I learned the difference between killing and beating an opponent, and how to conduct myself in each situation. Knowledge and experience are different. Without the knowledge to know the difference, it's hard to tell if you've gotten yourself into a fight or a massacre. It's as simple as that. Learning magecraft means that there is a risk of perishing on your own, as well as the risk of having to fight. And to mages, that means killing each other. That's why Kiritsugu wanted to teach me that I must always be ready to face death. But the person reminding me of that lesson is long gone. So the only thing I can do alone is some simple exercises. Stretching, push-ups, sit-ups, it's no different than what the members of the Kyoto Club do in the morning. The only difference is in the intensity. Okay, and we're going to skip all of day 2 as much as we can here, unless something else comes up, which is possible that something else can come up here. Okay, wait, day 3. We are now in day 3. What are our choices here in day 3? There are a few, but okay, so I think I see what people were telling me in the actually, I don't know if there's anything, choice-wise here yet. I am going to save the game though, just in case I fuck something else up here. which is likely. So, no, we're still in the morning, so we skip. But I'm not going to skip this, because I don't know how much more we have left. So people were telling me that at some point there's a new choice that actually pops up. And that's how you branch off. That's how you get into the new route. And I guess the choice is somewhere around here in day 3. What that choice is, I have absolutely no idea. Okay, so Shirou dies as God intended. I'm not going to skip any more day 3 scenes because I just do not know. I do not know where the choices come up. And I don't want to accidentally miss something. I want to be careful. I want to be on the safe side here. I want to throw this out here. I hate the sound effect for the alarm. It's like a fucking like plastic, or not even plastic, but like a weak jug or something just kind of like fell onto the ground. Like the wind blew something onto the fucking concrete and it broke. Oh, what a lovely scene. When it all started. No, I'm not gonna skip any more scenes in this day. I don't know. Man, it's getting loud. I don't know when the choices are gonna start coming up here. I want to be on the safe side. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. This is, so you can even see it. You can even see it here. That none of these are green. Green is the indication that we've already seen that. We've already made that choice before. But this is the moment when Saber is running after Archer, because, you know, she sees another servant and a master. She's just going to go and fight. Like, she doesn't know who the potential allies are, and neither do they. So I don't remember actually what went down in the original. I mean, eventually Shirou does tell Saber to, you know, hey, let's not do anything crazy here. But she does go all out against Archer. Like, she does actually do that. I don't think Shirou does anything to stop her from doing that, but she does stop her from attacking Rin. So, I mean, the guide tells me right here, we're not going to stop her. And, of course, now we can skip. But I'm going to not do that because, again, I don't know where the other choices are. But, yep, that continues the story as we know it. But that's where things bridge. Why did I not fucking save the game right before that so I could... God damn it. Okay, I'm not going to overwrite the save I just made then. I should have saved the game right there, and that would have been perfect for when, you know, once we're done finding this bad ending, we can just jump on in, make the new choice, and then hello, new route. That's just too smart for me, so of course I just didn't do it. Okay, so I'm going to try something out here. So obviously we have to fight, okay, and now I'm going to skip. I'm also going to skip this. Okay, you know what? That's what I thought. So it will actually just skip to the next choice. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. Because I was like, wait a minute. These choices, I know these choices. I was just here. Because we were just doing the bad endings that I missed. So it's like, are they just going to, you know, take the choice I made previously and then we proceed forward? But okay, this makes this a whole lot easier all of a sudden. All right, so obviously we'll help Saber and then we'll skip the rest of the day. And now it's day 4. So let's see here. Looks like we've got a couple choices to make, I think. So it should, okay, yeah, I'll save the game. Not on this one. I'm going to save it on this one, which was just another one that I made while I was doing all my jumping around. Okay. Yep, here we go. So it's always going to take us to a prompt. You know, so that works perfectly. Okay, so the only problem is I don't know what the hell the context is. I have absolutely no idea where we're at. I I think this is post Shirou having a hole in his body, and now we're just kind of talking. Let's talk about yesterday. Let's start with the serious stuff. I have a bad feeling I don't want to hear either of them. That's the choice to make. Interesting. I don't think either topic is good.
何よ黙り込んで。そんなに悩むほどのことじゃないでしょ？
そうかな。なんかどっちにしても遠坂に怒られる気がするんで、話自体聞きたくない。
I cross my arms over my chest. Oh, crap. A sudden sense of dread creeps over me. I've poked a sleeping tiger. I just know it.
遠坂、なんかすごい顔してないか？
I can practically feel the wrath building in her.
あら、すごい顔ってどんな顔かしら？一応聞いておくけど、エミヤ君には私が怒ってるように見えたとか？
Quite inverted, actually. I'm a dead man.
いや、心なしか遠坂のこめかみに青筋が立ったように見えたような、見間違いにしたいような。
Her smile is anything but kind, and I find myself stumbling over my words.
へえ、そんな風に見えたんだ。じゃあ、エミヤ君は私が怒ってるなんて思ってるわけね。
Oh, I don't think at all.
怒ってるのか、遠坂。
当たり前よ！言うにこと書いてどっちも聞きたくないですって？あんたね、自分の立場本当に分かってるのかってのよ、この考えだし。
Honestly, her anger is very much like understandable here. Tosaka's words come out as a bestial roar. Her threatening tone makes me want to tuck my tail and run, but
逃げるな。あんたはそこで正座。
I sit down on the floor, feet tucked beneath myself, back straight.
いや、遠坂、正座ってなんでさ。
決まってるでしょ。一方的に話をするのよ。エミヤ君はまだ寝ぼけてるようだから、目が覚めるまでそうしてなさい。
What a fun time. Tosaka is absolutely livid. I'm pretty sure that if I protest at all, she'll bite my head off, so I say nothing. I face a true monster now. Someone once told me it's best to play dead while dealing with a berserk animal. And that seems to be the case here.
まずは状況の確認よ。昨日、あれからどうなったのかを話してあげる。
I wonder if we can actually skip this part because, I mean, we know about all this. Tosaka briefly explains what happened last night. Would it be okay if I skip this sort of stuff? I mean, we all know what went down. Like, this isn't really new. We know about the healing, we know about Berserker and Ilya kind of just dipping out.
ここで重要なのは、あなたはあなた一人で生き切ったっていう事実よ。確かに私は手助けしたけど、あの傷を完治させたのはあなた自身の力だった。
話を聞くとそうみたいだけど、なんだ、遠坂が直してくれたんじゃないのか。
Nope.
まさか死にかけてる人間を蘇生させるなんてゲットはもう私にはできない。意味やシローは自分でぶっ飛んだ中身をどうにかしたのよ。
I wonder how the anime censors that. Or animes. The thing is, I don't know about the adaptations for this series. Anyways, yeah, I think we can honestly kind of skip some of this. I'm going to skip a little bit
そう
here.
なると原因は
I'll bring you guys back in
Another
when I think we're at a, part that is seemingly new. Okay, she gets angrier in this go around. Like, they're pretty much talking about the same sort of stuff that we know about, but because of the choice that I made here,
もう
she's just
お金の
really
話
pissed
は置い
off.
とくとして、次は真面目な話だけど、いいかしら。
No,
エ
I'm
ミヤ
not
君。
ready. I actually don't know. What's the something serious? Is it the Saber needs to sleep all
じゃ
the
あ率
time?
直に聞くけど、
Oh
エミヤ
no.
君、あなたこれからどうするつもり？
Okay, she brought this up before as well. All right, we'll skip ahead a little bit. Okay, this is another choice, but it doesn't matter which one I choose. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to go with the one that the one choice that we chose last time. But it's this one here that we actually got to choose something different. We need to choose, I think it's this one. Are you okay? So this is when we were, so for context, what I was, briefly reading from our discussion there with Reen is that we were talking about the Holy Grail, which is basically everything. And so I guess I had asked what hero is Saber, and that was a good choice. That actually gave us some brownie points with her. But now we're just going to ask, are you okay? Because of what we saw. But obviously, she's going to be okay enough. I'm worried about Saber. She was hurt pretty bad. So this is us not paying much attention here.
バーサーカーにやられた傷深かっただろ？
私の体は見ての通りですが、確かにあの傷は敗北に至るものでしたが、致命的ではなかった。バーサーカーが立ち去った後、1時間ほどで治療を済ませました。
ね、じゃあセイバーはもう完全に元通りなのか？
無論です。ですが本調子というわけでもありません。バーサーカーの一撃は単純なものだったので治療できましたが、ランサーの宝具による傷は別です。あの槍は特殊な呪いを帯びているのでしょう。
Oh, it is.
彼につけられた傷はまだ完全に治りきっていません。
Not completely healed, huh? She doesn't look wounded, but Saber doesn't seem the type to complain about pain. As long as I'm fighting with Saber, it's sounding like I'll need to keep a pretty sharp eye on her well-being. But then, I hear something heavy hit the floor by the door. I turn to face the sound. At the door... Okay, so this is coming back to what we already know about. This is her moving in, if you will, for a while. For the next week and a half, if you will. Okay, we're finally in day 5. That took a while. I don't think anything was drastically different in the conversations that they had, but it was pretty much almost the entire rest of the day. That stuff was crazy. All right, this... We have to go with choice number 2 here in day 5. We need to explain things to Sakura, everything, whatever that entails. Oh, right. It was hectic this morning and I couldn't properly explain myself then, so I should go and talk to Sakura now. Okay, we're going to try and, clean up the story, if you will. I head up to the 4th floor to the first-year classrooms. I peek into her classroom from the hallway and Sakura notices me right away.
何かあったんですか、先輩?
More Sakura screen time. Crazy. Sakura steps into the hallway and tilts her head in confusion. I thought she would be depressed after what happened with Shinji this morning, but she seems fine.
いや、なんかあったってわけじゃなくて、遠坂のことを桜に許してもらおうと思って。朝はちゃんと話せなかったから、帰る前に謝っておきたかったんだ。
遠坂先輩を許すって何をですか？
いや、だからあいつがしばらく下宿することだよ。前もって桜に相談するべきだったのに、俺一人で決めちまってごめん。けど遠坂の下宿はちゃんと訳があって、やましいことなんかみじんもないんだ。桜は許してくれないだろうけど、それだけは言っておきたくて。
I lower my head apologetically.
やめてください、先輩。そんな風に先輩が謝ることなんてありません。確かに遠坂先輩が下宿することは驚きました。けど藤村先生も許可したんだし、何の問題もないと思います。あの家は先輩のお家なんですから、先輩の好きにしていいんだし、私が意見していいことなんてありません。
I feel kind of bad, I'm glad that we're kind of talking with her about it.
バカ、何言ってるんだ、桜。
But I do feel kind of
あの家
bad.
は俺と藤姉と桜のだろ。俺一人で勝手をしていいことじゃない。
先輩。
だから俺が謝るのも当然なんだ。桜は遠坂より俺に怒ってくれ。家族に黙って遠坂を呼んだのは俺なんだから。
Damn.
下宿の件だって桜が嫌だって言うならすぐ取りやめる。それで許してもらえることじゃないけど、桜が嫌なことは続けられない。
This isn't just for me trying to, or this isn't just me trying to smooth things over. I'm speaking from the heart. Teaming up with Tosuka doesn't mean that she needs to live with me. There should be other ways to work effectively with her.
じゃあ許します。遠坂先輩の下宿も許可するし、先輩の勝手も許しちゃいます。
What a kind soul.
それでいいですか、先輩。
いいのか、さくら。
はい。どんな事情があるのかも聞きません。私は先輩がそう言ってくれただけで十分です。
Sakura looks at me, smiling warmly. She's not pretending. Sakura is giving her honest approval of Tosuka staying with me.
ありがとう、さくら。すごく嬉しい。
いえ、すごく嬉しいのはこっちの方ですから。あ、けど先輩、もしですよ。もし私が嫌だって言ったら、先輩はどうしたんですか？
Shit, for you, Sakura, I'd give her the boot. Even so, I am pretty much, like, all for Rin. Like, honestly, like, she's my favorite character and all that, but she's also gotten a whole lot more screen time than you, Sakura. I'd have to go for her, but to kind of, you know, prove our point, we'd give her the boot.
そうだな。もしかしたら俺の方から出向いてたかもしれない。
Oh, that wasn't the right thing to
しばらくは
say.
遠坂と一緒にいなくちゃいけないんだから。
先輩が出向くって、
ああ、遠坂が下宿するんじゃなくて、遠坂のところに下宿してたと思う。それならさくらにも藤姉にも迷惑かけないし。
The thought of staying at the home of a girl I admire, or rather admired, would be terrifying, but I would have no other choice.
いや、でも助かった。そうなったらあいつ、今よりもっと俺をからかいそうだし。
That's a relief. I'm so glad Sakura forgave me. Hey, wait.
さくら？なんだよ。なんか顔色悪いぞ。
Yeah, honestly, that was not the right thing to say. I call out to her asking if she's alright. Sakura seems to be lost in thought.
言わなくてよかった。
She sighs deeply for some reason. Yeah, good choice on your part, right? Oh, looks like we're still going here. It's after school. The end of day bell rings and I prepare my bag to go home. Saber's waiting, so I should go straight home. There is another choice eventually coming up. There are a few students still scattered in the hallway. Some students going to their club activities, some students still lingering, killing time, and a student who's about 10 meters away stomping towards me looking real mad. There are just so many kinds of students still around. It's Shinji. I think there's something strange in that mix of students, so I quickly turn around and head towards the stairs.
そうだ。唐突に思い出したけど、朝方なんか言われてたな。
I may have been told something, but at this point, my only choice is to pretend I forgot. Actually, I don't see that working. I'll just say I didn't hear.
そこまでよ。
Oh shit.
人の顔見て逃げ出すなんていい度胸してるじゃない。
Damn, I got caught. Actually, there's nowhere for me to run if I go home, so I let myself get caught here to minimize the damage. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to talk with Rin during lunchtime. I turned slowly. Yeah, she's absolutely livid. The way she looks now, you wouldn't even imagine she's the school's top honor student.
よ、奇遇だな、遠坂。帰るなら一緒に帰るか？どうせ行き先は
Oh man.
帰るかじゃないわよ、バカシロ。あんた自分の立場分かってるの？せっかく忠告してあげようと思ったのに、どうして屋上に来なかったのよ。
She looks so threatening. At this point, she won't listen to any excuses I make, but she probably won't calm down if I don't explain myself.
すまん。昼はさくらのとこに行ってたんで、屋上には行けなかった。
She's showing no sign of calming down, so I tell her the truth. And then, Tosuka looks at me blankly like she's just seen a ghost.
さくらのところって、もしかして私がエミヤ邸に下宿する件で？
Yeah.
朝はうやむやになっただろ？ だから、ちゃんと桜に遠坂の下宿を許してもらったんだ。
そう。まあ、そういうことなら仕方ないか。
Tosaka sheaths her sword just like that, and then for some reason,
いいわ。昼間の件はチャラにしてあげる。さくらのこと、余計な心配かけたわね。
she looks sullen as she makes her apology.
いや、遠坂が謝ることなんてないけど、それより屋上に呼びつけた要件って何だったんだ？
まあね。呼びつけたのはマスターとしての話があったからよ。学校に結界が張られているから注意しろって言いたかったの。
ちょっと待った。結界ってこの学校にか？
Yep, now we're back on track.
ええ。シローは気づいてないようだけど、厄介なものが。種別は結界。
すまん。
そうね。けど、今回は多めに見てあげる。
Hey, yo, wait a
結果
minute.
論だけど、今日一日何も起きなかったし。
She was gonna cast a Gias on us. Don't worry, guys. I know the reference. Okay, yeah, but
遠坂。
it looks like everything is pretty much
結界を張ったマスター
the
が誰か
same
は分かっている
as
の
our
か？
discussion up on the rooftop. Just it's here in the hallway, and
それは
Reen's
まだ
mad
わ
at
からない。
us. You know, as they're talking about the large
そういう
chance of
こと。
there being a
これ以上。
master here, I still do think that there might be two of them here. I think that was a prediction I had earlier on. It's obviously Shinji, but it's possible there's somebody else here. There's gotta be, maybe. I mean, we are missing out on two masters. There's Lancer's original master. And then, oh, here we go. Okay, so we're going to ask about Archer. So before we talked about Lancer, now we're going to talk about Archer, which this is, I mean, if you think about it, what the fuck is Saber going to know about Archer? But I do wonder, you know, who are the other masters that we actually didn't meet? There was Assassins, Casters, and Lancer's original master. So those are the few that we never met. So there's still a likeliness that there was somebody else at the school. I really do think so. All right, we'll ask this stupid ass choice. That guy. I should ask about Tosca's servant, Archer. Saber defeated him in a single attack, though she did surprise him, so I have no idea how powerful he is. Actually, pretty damn powerful.
なあ、セイバー。
He stood up
アー
against
チャーのことだけ
Berserker.
ど、あいつのことでなんか気づいたことってないか？
アーチャーですか？いえ、シローが把握できている以上のことは何も。
Yep, complete
単
waste
純
of
な
a
戦闘能
question.
力では私が上回っているようですが、彼の宝具も戦闘技術も体験していません。一度勝利しているからといって楽観していい相手ではないでしょう。
そうか。まあ、本当に一瞬だったからな。それにあいつ、なんていうか。
In that moment, when Saber attacked him, I had this uncanny feeling. Like it was a surprise attack, but it wasn't. That Red Knight looked like he had already sensed Saber's presence. But he froze the moment he saw Saber, so he couldn't react to Saber's onslaught.
なあ、セイバー。あいつ、セイバーのことを知ってるんじゃないかな。あの時、セイバーの剣を受けたのは、敵襲じゃなくて、セイバー自体に驚いたからだって感じるんだけど。
なるほど。そう考えると私も納得できる。弓使いである以上、接近戦で私に劣るのは当然です。ですがそれにしても、あの時のアーチャーは脆すぎた。何か外的要因で実力を発揮できなかったのではと考えていたのですが。
だろ？それに俺、あいつとランサーの戦いを見ているんだよ。アーチャーは攻めこそしなかったけど、防御は神業じみてた。
私は手を抜かれたということですか？
Rather than being upset by an easy victory, she seems to be more bothered that he might have taken it easy on her. Saber glares at an unseen enemy.
いいでしょう。リンとの共闘が解けた後、私を侮辱したことを後悔させるだけです。
Yep, we gave her the wrong
あ、いや、
idea here.
あいつだって好きで手を抜いたってわけじゃないだろうし、そんな目の敵にする必要はないんじゃないか。
I suddenly find myself defending Archer.
シローはアーチャーの行為が許せるというのですか？いえ、むしろ行為というか擁護しているように聞こえる。まさかとは思うのですが、サーバントとしてアーチャーの方が好ましいと。
それこそまさかだ。俺言っとくけど、あいつは気に食わないぞ。話したことはないけど、遠目から見ただけで気が合わないって直感したんだからな。
I am curious about, what else there is, to him. He died pretty early on in this story, so if we're going into Rin's route next, I think we might be seeing, quite a bit of him.
びっくりしたの
Or
は
at least I
こっ
hope
ちだ。
so.
けど、なんだってそんなことで安心するんだよ、セイバーは。
そうですね。確かにおかしな話です。ああ、おそらく戦闘面での相性の問題でしょう。私は白兵戦を主体とするサーバントで、アーチャーは砲撃戦を主体とするサーバントだ。もしシローがアーチャーと相性がいいというのであれば、私とは相性が悪いことになる。それでは互いに実力を発揮できない。
Saber nods, convinced that that must be the reason for her relief.
そんなもんか。
Either way, we have absolutely no information on Archer. Archer doesn't have information on Archer. We still don't know which hero he is, what age he's from, or what kind of noble phantasm he possesses. I mean, we don't know that shit either. Us, the gamers here, Okay, so we'll save. I think day 6 is with the temple. If I remember correctly, I think the temple is in this one. Oh shit. This is also when we, oh my god. Oh shit, that's right. Oh man. I didn't talk with Ryder last time. And I am being told via the guide not to talk to Ryder again. God damn it. Okay, whatever. Okay, so that's everything for day 6. Wait, this is actually like a very serious choice here. We have to not fight. Because if we do fight, then we die. So that's weird that the guy didn't have that in it, Just a little strange. All right, the next one's in day 7. So I'll save just in case I accidentally fuck up and go visit the old Tiger Dojo. All right, this is the next one. So I have to choose... Oh, so this is when we were training with Saber. So before I chose this, a reason to fight... Actually, wait, hold on. No, this is actually us talking with Saber. I want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. We already saw that from the dreams. I chose the first one because we're just trying to get to know more about, what is she trying to get out of the Holy Grail? But here, I need a trump card. It'd be nice to have some sort of secret blade technique or something. Yeah, I mean, that's a silly-ass choice. I probably also thought that whenever we were going through this in our first go-around. Well, I don't want to complain about this training, but I also think that if there is some sort of secret move I could learn that might let me get through this training, I might be more enthusiastic about sparring against Saber. We're looking for the shortcut.
相談があるんだが。
なんでしょう、シロ。心なしか、とても期待に満ちた目を向けられている気がするのですが。
そうかな。まあ、頼み事って言えば頼み事だし、期待してるって言えば期待してて。
はあ。シロの言いたいことはよくわかりませんが、私にできることでしたら伝授しますが。
This is gonna go so poorly. Saber thinks it's a serious conversation, so she sits in front of me in a formal size of position.
それで、どのようなことを知りたいのです。
Oh, poor Saber, you're about to be so fucking disappointed. Saber regards me seriously. I feel like I already know what's going to happen in the next few seconds here, but I should go for broke and ask anyway.
別にふざけているわけじゃないんで、怒らないで聞いてほしいんだが。
ええ。ですから真剣に聞いています。どうぞ、遠慮せず尋ねてください。
それじゃあ、お言葉に甘えて聞くぞ。俺でもサーバントを倒せるような簡単な必殺剣とかあったら教えてくれないか。使えばセイバーも倒せるようなのなら文句なしなんだけど。
Damn, I can even feel the cringe. Saber stops breathing. Saber's brow doesn't move so much as a millimeter.
やっぱりそんな都合のいいものなんてないよな。悪かった。悪すぎた。今のは冗談で本気にあらず。聞かなかったことにしてもらえると個人的に助かるんだ。
Oh no. Oh, what the hell's this expression? Just then, Saber grins wickedly.
セイバー？気のせいかもしれないけど、なんかえらくお前に似合わない。
気のせいではありません。今の私の心境は凛に匹敵するほど邪悪に染まっていますから。
And this is how we die. Every hair on my body stands on end.
何を慌てているのです、シロー。私はまだ質問に答えていません。確か私の聞き違いでなければ、サーバントを一撃で倒せる必殺剣を所望とか？
Oh yes, most definitely. I retreat instinctively, but Saber closes the distance between us, not allowing me to escape.
いや、ですね。セイバー、怒ってるだろ。
はい、とても。
Oh my god. I am a dead man. If Saber and I were actually to fight right now, I would die.
落ち着こう、セイバー。反省してる。セイバーが怒った理由だってなんとなく分かってます。
そうですか。ではそこに正座してください。シローにはきちんと説明して差し上げねば気が済みません。
Oh my god, this is crazy. Saber gets to her feet. I quickly sit up straight, just as Saber had been, and brace myself for the worst. Saber takes a deep breath. And... oh my
ふざ
god.
けているのですか、あなたは。そんな必殺剣など欲しがってどうするのです。
The sheer volume is wreaking havoc on my poor ears. I had no idea her yelling alone could paralyze me. No human could ever shout so loud. It's like the roar of a beast. A lion, of course it's a lion.
だから反省してるって。セイバー俺より強いだろ。もしかしたら素人でも使える剣の技とか知っていると思ったんだ。
そのような都合のいいものなどありません。
No shortcuts.
意表をつく技など互角な相手に使うものであって、シローのような初心者は丁寧に下地を整えるべきなのです。そも相手を倒すなど考えないよう言ったではないですか。シローは身を守ることを第一に考えてください。シローにとって必殺剣があるとしたら、それは自分が戦わないで済む状況に戦局を導く判断力でしょう。
分かってるから。もうちょっと声落としてくれ。
I show her how bad I feel about this and clap my hands together like I'm praying for her forgiveness.
まったく見込みがあるかと思えば不安定なんですから。これでは危なっかしくて、あなたを一人にするなどできないではないですか。
It technically already is dangerous to leave him alone. Trust. Saber continues scolding me. I stepped on the lion's tail and incurred her wrath. I'll just keep my mouth shut and endure Saber's scolding, as you should, honestly. Now, even I knew that was, like, not the right choice to make whatsoever. Oh, wow, we're in day 7. I didn't even realize. I thought we were still day 6. I guess, I think the next choice that we actually need to make is in day 8. And here's day 8. Perfect timing, right? Oh, we'll get that saved for when I, make my mistakes and all that. Okay, here's our next choice. So we want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. The thing is that none of those choices were actually green, so I'm not sure what actually went down in this scene prior. Before she became a servant, I wonder what Saber was like when she was alive. Saber is so beautiful, I'm sure everyone must have liked her. Calling her Saber is what's throwing me off, but I bet she was an ordinary girl who never held a sword back in the day.
だな。
No.
セイバー、以前はどんなやつだったんだろう。
I'm so curious, I just blurt out what's on my mind without thinking or even realizing I'm doing it.
はい。何か言いましたか、シロ。
いや、セイバーはどんなやつだったのか想像してただけだ。別にセイバーの使命を知りたいんじゃなくて、どういう生活を送ってたのかなって。
はあ。私がどういう人間だったかですか。おかしなことに関心を持つのですね、シロは。
迷惑だったら聞き流してくれ。単に思いついただけなんだ。セイバーはセイバーのサーバントだけど、サーバントになる前はもっと違った人間だったんじゃないかって。
Now that I'm thinking about it, this choice probably popped up the way it did. And there was probably another option, but because of how shitty we've been in this go-around, we didn't get that option. That's right. I imagine she lived a peaceful life, as befits a lovely girl like her. Nope.
それはありえないと思います。サーバントになったからといって性格が変わるわけではないし、私は生まれた時から剣を与えられた騎士ですから。あなたの言うような違った私は存在しなかった。
うわ、じゃあ昔からそんなにきつい性格してたのか。そりゃ大変だ。俺、周りの人たちに同情するかも。
それはどういう意味でしょうか。私は厳しくはありますが、周りに強要した覚えなどありません。
嘘つけ。今日の特訓ぶりでな、セイバーが情け容赦ないやつだって思い知った。見ろ、このミミズバレ。人がちょっと間違えただけで危機として打ち込んでくるんだから。
Oh, she's not gonna like
私は
that.
喜んでなどいません。
She's not gonna like any of this.
シロには申し訳ありませんが、厳しくしなければ鍛錬にならないでしょう。
And this is strange. I somehow never expected Saber to make a face like that.
何ですかその目は。いきなり黙り込むのは卑怯だと思います。
ああ、いや、セイバーがそういう風に怒るのが意外でびっくりした。
そうですか。私としては思ったことを主張しただけなのですが。
だからかな。セイバー、あんまり自分の感情で話さないじゃないか。
そうでしょうか。私は自分の信念に基づいて行動しているつもりですが。
だからそれはセイバーの気持ちじゃなくて考えだろ。そうじゃなくて素直に思ったままのことをあんまり話さないじゃないか、セイバーは。
それは当然です。私に求められるものは個人としての意見ではなく立場としての意見ですから。それは今も昔も変わらない。私はセイバーのサーバントとしてシロを守る。そのため以外のことを口にするべきではないし、考える必要もないでしょう。
それはそうだけど、それじゃあセイバーがつまらないだろう。セイバーには役割があるんだろうけど、それにかかりきることはないんじゃないか。セイバーにだって自分のやりたいことがあるんだから。
Now here we go.
私のやるべきことはシロを守ることです。ただでさえマスターとして未熟だというのに、私の言うことも聞かず戦おうとするあなたをこうして鍛えているのではありませんか。
いや、そういうことじゃないんだけど、まあセイバーがそう言うならいいか。
I feel like this conversation has softened Saber up a bit. She even looks more cheerful now. So as not to ruin the moment, I decide not to press the matter. Honestly, for the best. It really is for the best there. Alright, let's go find our next choice. It is this. And I think, yep, we have to go straight home. So beforehand, we were going to the park. We were trying to find Ilya. But here, nope. Go straight home. Saber's looking forward to lunch, and I am really not in any position to make a detour. I don't have the time. Yeah, you right. So I make the shrimp balls one of my specialties. It's not really a proper meal. If anything, it's more like a snack to have with alcohol or something. I learned to make it while working at an izakaya bar.
シロ、これはとても熱い。
Saber tries to put the fried ball, which is between the size of a golf ball and a tennis ball, into her mouth.
セイバー猫舌だっけ？それともこういう大雑把な料理ダメとか？
いいえ、どちらも問題ありません。この暑さは面白いですし、味付けも粗雑でありながらきめ細かい気配りが感じられる。
そっか、セイバーが気に入ってくれてよかった。
はい。リンやタイガに分けてあげられないのが残念です。
Yeah, they went to school. Saber continues eating in silence. She's eating more than usual, so I figure she worked up an appetite training this morning. This may not be very manly, but I really like having people eat food I prepare. All the more so when they say it's delicious. I'm a poor excuse for a master, so if I can do something like this to make Saber happy, I should work harder on my cooking. Huh? Saber is staring intently at her empty plate.
セイバー、足りないのならおかわり作るけど。
いえ、もう十分に堪能しました。足りないなどそのようなことはありません。
じゃあ食後のお茶にしようか。すぐに入れてくるから待っててくれ。
The good old after meal tea. I pick up the empty plates and head to the kitchen. After I put the dirty dishes in the sink, I put the kettle on to get the tea started.
そうだ。セイバー、たまには違ったお茶も。
I stick my head out from the kitchen, but then I hear something.
しかし、これは問題だ。シローの料理は美味しい。
Oh shit.
彼に今から食事を断たれてしまったら、私は間違いなく戦闘意欲をそがれてしまう。私もまだ甘い。何度か経験したはずなのですが、兵糧攻めとはかくも恐ろしいものだったのですね。
What the fuck? I take back what I just said. Time to stop putting so much effort into my cooking. If I make my meals more elaborate, she might end up making me her personal cook. Yep. Too much of a good thing doesn't help anyone. I'll take your word for it on that one. Alright. That was a little different, but it was pretty cool. Alright, the next choice. So we are going to go with... Wait, what's the context here? I know Taiga's here. Yeah, I don't remember. I guess there's like a gift or something. She did like a lion stuffed animal thing for Saber, but I think that's what this scene is all about, maybe. I really don't remember. But we have to choose this one. She's actually going to force me to make a pie. I should hide out for a while. I guess that's along with the context of this scene, of which I have forgotten. She might actually force me to make an apple pie. Dinner is pretty much ready, so I'll step away for a bit.
シロ、エプロンつけたままでどこ行くの？
いや、ちょっと玄関まで。遠坂のやつまだ帰ってきてないから、様子でも見てこようかなって。
へえ、気が利くのね、シロ。うんうん、遠坂さんも女の子だし、シロに出迎えられたら喜ぶわよ、きっと。
I don't know what she's so happy about, but she sees me off cheerfully. Darn. Now I really have to go outside or it'll be awkward. Might as well, right?
ま、一回りだけしてくるか。
I take off my apron and head toward the front entrance. But then, I hear a door creak and the door to the bathroom swings open. Oh!
シロ、夕飯の支度はいいのですか？
Her hair is down! Oh my gosh! There's a brief silence. I know who I'm looking at, but I can't seem to find my tongue to speak.
どうしました？呆然として。まさかとは思うのですが、夕食の準備で何か問題でも？
いや、そんなことはないんだが。
I somehow managed to get a reply out, but I know I sound completely stunned. She tilts her head in confusion. Her hair waves about her shoulders. That golden mane is wet, so it looks different than usual. And her hair isn't the only thing that's different. Saber certainly looks her age right now, and anyone can see how cute and frail she is.
そっか。風呂入ってたんだ、セイバー。
うん。シロが私に勧めてくれたのですが。
I don't recall that.
そうだった。
But I have an
もしか
excuse.
してセイバー、風呂好きか？
ええ。私もサーバントになって知りました。以前は周囲の目があって、 歪みなどできませんでしたから。
Saber has an almost girlish expression on her face. It must be because her hair isn't done up in braids. Her gallant boyish form is nowhere to be found.
シローも体を洗うのでしたらどうぞ。今夜は冷えますから、お湯が体に染み入りますよ。
Saber and I part ways and she heads to the living room. I'm at a loss for words. I knew Saber was a girl, of course, but still she looks good wielding her sword and I've accepted that. That much I'd accepted. But what I just saw isn't fair to my faint heart. Yesterday I accidentally saw Saber bathing. I didn't think it was real, since I was so surprised at the time, but today is different.
女の子じゃないか。
I banged the back of my head against the wall. I don't know what to do, so I just end up staring at the ceiling.
まずい。それはやばいと思う。
Muttering to myself, I lean back against the wall. The cold hallway clears my mind and I find myself gradually returning to normal. Afterward, I still don't know what was wrong and what was bad. I'm completely lost. Alright. That was interesting. I wasn't really expecting that. Like, whatsoever. And now we will enter day 9. We're actually really close to going through everything that we need to go through in order to fuck things up, as you could maybe suggest. Okay. So this one is I guess it could be anything. I guess this doesn't matter. I think this was regarding the lamp training or whatever. Was it lamps? I think it was lamps. Yeah, so we'll skip. It's the next choice that we actually... Oh, okay. This is the big old fight against Shinji and Ryder at the school. I really loved this entire scene. It was fantastic. This was a fun one. Here we are going to choose I can't prevent it on my own. I can't block them. Well, I can at least manage to avoid them, but I'm not sure I can dodge them and attack Shinji. The 3 sharp blades approach. I stop in my tracks and concentrate on evading, keeping an eye on Shinji. I take a step to the left to dodge the blade that rushes towards my stomach. I twist my upper body to avoid the second blade coming towards my chest from the left after I avoid the first blade, and then I rush forward to pass the third blade flying at my unprotected forehead.
問題ない。ちゃんと見えてる。
Compared to Saber's attacks, this is like a game of dodgeball.
この生意気なんだよお前。
3 more shadows rush toward me. I don't even need to see where these are going. The first attack showed me how far and fast these can go, so I have no trouble avoiding this attack. I pass through the gaps between the 3 overlapping shadows. They're no threat. I don't feel any danger from the shadows. Saber taught me that I shouldn't hesitate as long as I don't sense that the attack will be fatal. And, alright, there we go. Okay, we want to choose this one. The guy doesn't state it, but this was an ending that we just recently got. Okay, and then the next one is if I can get Saber to help. Yeah, so I need Saber to come save me. So this is actually... This one right here will lead us to a bad ending. This is the one that I chose in our first go-around, so here we go. I call for help. Hanging between earth and sky, my thoughts swirl as time seems to slow, and I wish upon my command spell. 1 second before impact. Logically, there's no chance of me surviving this, but I still hope Saber can defy that simple reality. I muster up all my strength and call for my blade. One of my command spell strokes disappears. At the very moment, the space around me begins to waver. So this is magic. Saber, clad in her silver armor, bursts through the ripples in space and time to appear before me.
Master.
The girl in the silver armor rushes toward me. Saber suddenly appears in the schoolyard, and before she can assess the situation, she recognizes me falling at full speed. She catches me right before I slam down to the ground. I'm still bloody, but I managed to stand on ground. I may have avoided getting slammed to the ground, but my body that's been slashed numerous times has already passed its limit. But there's no time staying down. Forcing my numb limbs to move, I push to my feet to show her that I'm alright. So I think the difference here, compared to the other option that allows us to keep on going, is that there was no hesitation in the first option. A bit of hesitation in the second one, where in the first one, she came out and grabbed us immediately, and this one, she had to catch us. I'm pretty sure that's the difference.
待ってください、シロ。それはわかりますが、その前にあなたの体を。
ライダーを頼む。あいつはお前でしか倒せない。
いけません。シロの治療が先です。このままではあなたが死ぬ。
Now he's been through worse, trust, and he will go through worse. We need to beat Shinji and Ryder as quickly as possible. Nothing is more important.
ですがそれでは。
Saber is focused only on me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that. But there's no time to argue. If Saber doesn't want to listen, I just need to use my second command spell. I don't recommend that. She must have understood my resolve. Saber reluctantly accepts my decision.
わかりました。マスター、指示を。
ライダーを倒せ。俺はシンジを叩く。
Saber does not hesitate. She nods and without another word turns toward the school building like a whirlwind. Alright, and there we go. Now we should be going on to day 10. We're almost there, I think. I want to say we're almost done with our, you know, going back through the story bit here. There's actually one choice that we really have to make here. And let's see. It's not this one, but I mean, this will lead to a bad ending if we don't follow Saber. But there's another choice to make somewhere here. Okay, here it is. So we're going to follow Shinji. Shinji's trying to escape. Shinji does die here, by the way. But we're just going to ignore Saber, who just, you know, is on the ground dying or whatever. Shinji comes first. If Saber defeated Ryder, my job is to catch Shinji and make him quit being a master. I mean, Saber will understand, right? The sharp sound of footsteps echoed in the darkness. Shinji is fleeing down the dark staircase.
なんだよ、なんなんだよあの女。あんなデタラメあっていいのかよ。ライダーのホーグは一番強いんだろ。なのにどうして負けるんだよ。セーバーのくせにあんなホーグ持ちやがって。不公平だ、不公平だ、不公平だ。
This is actually a neat, you know, we didn't see this in our first go around, so this is pretty neat. He rolls down the stairs, crashes into a wall, and then scampers on the ground. Shinji is heading down, down, down. The image of the light serving Ryder is ingrained into his mind, never leaving. Or severing, excuse me. It's like he says, that noble phantasm was unbelievable. And that sacred sword may look godly to allies, but to an opponent it must be truly, horribly demonic. So Shinji runs even in pitch darkness. That light will find him if he stops. And if he turns around, it'll burn him to nothing, just like Ryder. He can't afford to stop. More than the loss of his servant, more than the loss of his command spells, and the end to his time as a master, Shinji fears for his life.
何が私の宝具は無敵ですた。あの口だけ女、よくも僕を騙してくれたな。余裕ぶっていたぶってるから、寝首をかかれるんだよ、間抜けが。
But she followed his orders, just as he gave them to her. He told her not to make it quick. Ryder had suggested destroying their enemies with a single blow from her noble phantasm, but Shinji ignored her and instead backed Saber into a corner. He's fallen again. He should be near to escaping the darkness, but he's run into a wall of some kind. That's not a wall. That's not a wall. He punches it to vent his anger. Something sounds off. Shinji looks again at what he thought was a wall and then looks at his own arm, which is bent backward in a near circle. He's too afraid to even scream.
ダメよ、マキリのウジ虫さん。敗者には逃げ道なんてないんだから。
Playful laughter fills the stairwell. A silver-haired girl emerges from the oppressive darkness. Hello. And goodbye. He recognizes her. In the brief instant Shinji realizes who he is seeing, he dies. So he's met her before. Interesting. I run through the darkened stairwell. It may be too dark to see, but I can still pursue Shinji. There's nothing else around to make noise at this point. The sound of Shinji's footsteps echoes up the stairwell, so he's not hard to follow. The change happened suddenly. He was close, I could hear it, and he's still got a ways to go before he reaches the elevators. I can't think of any reason for Shinji to stop here.
Shinji?
I move quietly, cautiously, and immediately find the reason his footsteps stopped. I see where Shinji stopped running. The corridor, which had been empty when I passed by on my way up, is now splattered with blood. I feel my senses buzz with numbness. Before my mind even attempts to understand what's happened here, my body reacts instinctively. I shouldn't be here. Saber told me to listen to my senses, and they are screaming at me to head back to the roof if I want to live. And back up we go. I fight down my nausea and make my way to Saber. Saber is in bad shape. Beads of sweat trickle down her brow and her breath is shallow, labored. She looks like she's got a fever. I call out to Saber nervously, but she doesn't respond. She's out cold. I touch her forehead. I jerk my hand away. It's unnaturally hot. She's got to be running a fever of over 40 degrees. I call out to her, but her only response is shallow, anguished breathing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what to do, but I can't just stand around. I lift Saber up. She's so light. I knew that, of course, but now she seems even lighter. No, more than that, she's... Saber is still the person I've known all this time. I'm pissed with myself for even hesitating. Damn, what's it matter if she's a hero? No matter who Saber is, she is here, and she's still warm. How much of an idiot was I for putting up this wall between us before? And nope, we're still going. I start running, Saber in my arms. There's no sense of triumph from this victory. All I feel is Saber in my arms, barely breathing. So we kind of cut out that whole scene there with the decision I initially made, which is super interesting, I have to say. Like, I'm happy with the decision I made, don't get me wrong, but I think it creates more mystery. You have no idea. You have absolutely zero idea that Shinji's alive or dead until you find out here. And I think, you know, just not knowing is a lot more interesting. And me thinking, oh yeah, well, Shinji's no longer a master, he's not going to be a problem. And just going straight to Saber was the better choice. It was the more reasonable choice. Like, there was no reason to chase down Shinji, but that kind of gave us a little bit more insight at the same time. Okay, so day 11. There's actually a few choices that we specifically have to make, but this one, we absolutely have to say, nope, sorry, Ilya, we're not going to be your servant or whatever. And, let's see here. We have to hide. I remember this shit. So Saber's going to be walking through the door. We're going to be saying, what about that bed over there? I guess we're going to try and hide. But in the first go around, we did go with the, all right, it's fighting time. Luckily, we didn't have to do any of that, but we didn't hide either. There's no time for me to hesitate. I can't possibly fight like this, so I need to be careful until I've recovered. Maybe I can hide in that bed for now. Yeah, this'll go swimmingly. I hop into the bed and tug the sheets over me to hide. The door grinds open. Could it be Ilya? Or someone else from the castle? Whoever it is will probably... Wait, hold on. Whoever it is will probably be shocked, missing a word there, that the prisoner has vanished, and will only pay attention to the empty chair. This bed is so fluffy and perfect. Whoever came to check on me should be struck speechless by my disappearing act, and they'll...
Oh my god.
Exasperated voice and is addressing me directly. I poke my head out from the fluffy bed.
そこで何をしているのですとまさかとは思いますが、それで身を隠しているつもりではないでしょうね。
Yeah, very poor one.
I
crawl out from the bed.
一応隠れていたんだが。
I look at her guiltily. Guiltily? There we go.
大雨です。私が敵であったのなら、一片の情けもかけず両断します。
I cower, not really having any counter argument. I think I've already embarrassed myself here. Yes, you have.
そういえば、どうしてここに？
言うまでもないでしょ。サーバントがマスターを守るのに理由はいりません。シローが囚われたのなら、助けに来るのは当然ではないですか。
いや、だから、どうして俺が捕まったって知ってるんだよ。いや、そんなことより、どうしてここにいるんだ、そういえば。
Oh, here we go. Perfect. Alright, time for the next choice, which I already know where this is, and I know how stupid it is. So, this was right before we would go out to prepare for battle against Berserker and Ilya. So I chose to be worried about Saber. I thought that that was the right choice, because, you know, of everything that just happened the night prior and everything, as well as her current, you know, health, with everything that she's been through, having just used her noble phantasm the day before. She's barely alive. And now, after this procedure, it makes sense to be worried about Saber. I wouldn't say it's completely stupid to be worried about Tosaka, but like, you know, priorities. I hope I'm wrong, but Tosaka won't be stingy about her gems, will she?
ちょい待ち。繰り返すけど、本当に出し惜しみはなしだぞ、登坂。そりゃ、宝石は高価なものだけど、お前の命には変えられないんだから。
うちの財政を知らないからそんな無責任なことが言えるのよ。シロだってこれ一つがどのくらいするか知ったら腰が抜けるに決まってるんだから。
金の話で腰なんか抜けるか。いいぜ、そこまで言うなら責任持ってやる。使った分の宝石、俺と登坂で折半にすればいいんだろ
う。本当？男に二言はない？
ない。俺だって少しは貯金あるし、足りなかったら稼いで返す。登坂が溜め込んだ武器を使ってもらうわけだし、俺だって少しは誠意見せないとな。
Damn, I wasn't really expecting this in this direction here. But he's actually showing genuine concern and actually wants to make things right in that way. Okay, I might be making this offer out of pride. I guess I want Tosaka to see me in a positive light, no matter what.
なんだよ、口元いびつにねじ曲がってるぞ。
ええ、嬉しいのは本当だし、楽しみができたのも本当だから。ところでエミヤくん、この宝石一つどれくらいするのか聞かなくていいのかしら？
Uh-oh.
まあ10万円ぐらいなんてことはないよな。
ないわね。使い捨ての宝石ならそれぐらいでいいんだけど。
じゃあ20万円ぐらいとか。
No, we're talking
半端なお
millions.
ごりことね。でもないわよ。
じゃあ25
Oh
万
my
円
god,
じゃ
dude.
ないかと。
You
あのさ、
suck when it comes to prices right, man. You would absolutely lose.
なんでいつまでも6の桁から上に行かないのよ。
言いたくないけど30万円。
That's your ceiling?
だから なんで7桁に行かないの？
もしかして100万円ですか？
The ground is falling away at my feet.
近い。もう1桁。
No way. And I'm about to fall right into the bowels of hell itself. That's astronomical. I've never heard a number so devastating before. If I were to turn that number into points of damage, I could beat any video game boss in a heartbeat.
どうしたの？顔青いわよ、エミヤくん。
いや、大丈夫。ちゃんと計算ぐらいできる。
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but oh, I can calculate all right, and it's hurting more than math ever should.
そう？じゃあ一応聞いておくけど、宝石使っていいのよね。出し惜しみなしですがすがしいぐらい派手にやるわよ、私。
Ugh. I fight back the desire to tell Tosaka to use them sparingly.
トサカ、借金いいかな？
I try to sound as brave as I can.
もちろん、利子はつけないであげるから、一生かけて返してね。
Well, at least we don't have interest to worry about. Tosaka clearly isn't joking. Even if I spent my whole life working to do it, I would never be able to pay that back. Huh. I'd rather not think about it, but I think Tosaka is going to be in charge of my life from now on. Honestly, is that really a terrible thing? I don't think it is. To a degree, I don't think it is. Okay. Do I need to make a decision here? Yes, this. So we're not going to try and provide backup with the bow and arrow, even so it did jack shit. We're just going to be a realist here. I know, it's all futile. This little bow I made can't even scratch Berserker. He won't bother to dodge the arrow. It can't possibly hurt him. Probably all I would do is get in the way and make things even harder for Saber. I can't do anything. Saber's about to collapse right in front of me, but I can't do anything. If I ran, if running at Berserker and punching him would save Saber, I'd have already done it. But there'd be no point. No matter what I do, I can only get in Saber's way. I think it's like, you know, okay, we want to choose this. I remember. I think it's, you know, trying to help that, you know, means something there instead of, you know, just not doing anything, which is, I guess, what we ended up doing. Okay, let's see here. We are going to take Ilya to the church. This is also the last day, by the way. The last day of there being any choices, which means the bad ending is coming up. The church should shelter her. That's the safest option if we're focusing on Ilya's needs.
決まりね。まあ、考えるまでもない話だったけど。
当然です。ここでイリアスフィールを受け入れることなどありえません。
シロ？
Ilya looks up at me anxiously.
やだ。違うよね、シロ。シロは私を捨てたりしない。
This is actually like a terrible choice to make because of, you know, the secrets that are within that church. I press a hand over my chest, feeling it tightening up.
いや、イリアは教会に行った方がいい。あそこはうちなんかよりずっと安全だ。
I make eye contact as I tell her this. Ilya gasps and then freezes entirely.
イリアスフィール。シローがあなたを助けた以上、私もこれ以上の追撃はしない。その流られた命を大事に。
やだー！シローのバカ、シローのバカ、シローのバカ！私やだよ。教会なんて嫌。他のところも嫌。一人になるのはもっと嫌だ。私はシローのところがいいんだもん。
Ilya cries like a small child. Well, in her defense, Ilya is a small child. I should have known that, of course, but I forgot at this crucial moment. I know. If I really am concerned for Ilya, I can't just entrust her to someone else.
他のところってあんな立派な城があるのに、こんなのアインツベルンからすれば病愕の土地ってもんじゃない。失礼ね、そんなことないわ。ここなんてネズミの爪ぐらいの狭さだもん。
Okay, we get it.
だからリンは無駄に大きいけど、私ならちゃんとシロウと住んであげられるんだから。
Who does Ilya want to offend here?
そうだよね、シロウ。私ここにいてもいいよね。
She looks at me like I'm some kind of lifeline. And then I remember something I heard a long time ago. My old man always said you should protect girls.
さっきのは撤回する。ごめんな、イリア。イリアを連れてきたのは俺だ。聖杯戦争が終わるまで、残りのマスターと決着がつくまで、イリアはうちでかくまうよ。
So it looks like regardless of the choice you make here, she will stay here.
シロウ、本当にアメちゃんだ。
イリア、苦しいって。
私のマスターに触れるな、イリアスフィール。それとアメちゃんとは何ですか？
I think you're missing the point, but it's
そり
whatever.
ゃ甘いってことでしょ。もう大甘。もうさっきから邪魔ばっかりして。あなた私に恨みでもあるの？
Kinda.
当然でしょう。その身がシロウに何をしたか私は忘れることなどない。シロウもシロウです。
それは違うだろう、セイバー。イリアにはもうサーバントはいないんだから危険ってことはない。もうマスターじゃないんだから俺たちと戦う理由もないし。それより下手に放り出して襲われたらどうするんだ。イリアの命だって危ないし、他のマスターに力をつけさせることになるぞ。
それはそうですが。
You know, I'm sure if Shirou had the opportunity, he would have tried to protect Shinji. Even so, they were, very much enemies, and Shinji's an asshole. Like, I'm sure Shirou would have tried to help him out, especially if he saw that he was being targeted by, Berserker. Saber hesitates. No matter what she says, Saber understands that another master might attack Ilya if we leave her alone. And that's that. Okay. So we're going to be fasting today.
ダメでござる。今日は断食するでござる。
What the hell kind of... They say that when an army runs out of provisions, they tend to find themselves backed into a corner. With no time to think, I find myself just blurting that out.
シロウ、今のはどのような意味なのでしょう？
It means we ain't eaten lunch. Absolutely not.
今のは今日は昼飯抜きだって意思表示。朝はハンバーグだったし、昼抜いてもいいかなって。
God damn. I'm not sure what drove me to say that, but honestly, I'm not hungry right now anyway. I'm taking the time to spar with Saber, so I want to keep training.
そんなわけで試合を続けよう。ほら、市内構えてくれ、セイバー。
I point the tip of my shinai at Saber.
待ってください、シロウ。話は全く言ってたりとも進んでいません。朝食を十分に取ったから昼食はいらないというのはあまりに鮮慮ではありませんか？
何すんだよ、セイバー。市内返せ。
返せません。もう時間がない。私はサーバントとしてマスターに速やかな食事の準備を要求します。
Damn, the servant is making the demands here. Hold on a minute. Saber can be a little weird, but today she's going overboard.
セイバー、時間がないってなんか予定でもあるのか？
特にありません。ですから昼食にしましょうと言っているのです。
いや、だから昼食は抜きにするって。
バカな。これだけ言ってもわからないのですか？これが最後です、シロウ。今すぐ昼食にしてください。
You better just do it, man. Saber protests so intensely, I think she might jump at me right now. Just when I was about to agree, unused to seeing her like this as I am.
腹の虫。
And that's why we had to go and, start making lunch. Saber's stomach growls, giving the usual signal of her hunger.
今のセイバー？何？そんなにお腹減ってたの？
いえ、特に空腹は感じていないのですが、体は栄養を必要としているようです。
ずっと動いてたから仕方ないかもしれないけど、はしたないわよセイバー。サーバントだからってたしなみを忘れてたらシローに嫌われちゃうんだから。
そのようなことはありません。私はサーバントなのですから、シローが落胆する事柄は私の敗北だけです。
別に負けたからがっかりするとかしないし、負けなければ何しても驚かないってわけじゃないぞ。
それだけです。大体空腹時に腹部が鳴るのは正しい身体機能です。それが気に障るというのでしたら、私に食事を与えないシローが悪い。
Saber glares at Ilya, who then glares at me, since, according to Saber, I'm the problem here. Also, the stomach growling is the result of a gastrointestinal, response called hunger pains. The stomach is constantly expanding and contracting, and this movement becomes more intense when the stomach is empty. The contraction of the stomach compresses the air inside it, which makes the sound that we're familiar with. On the other hand, the stomach is also affected by the nerves as well. Autonomic. There we go. It is constantly moving, which means the stomach doesn't only rumble when it's empty. The stomach's movements, the cause of it rumbling so loudly is, I'm hungry, my stomach's about to rumble, people will know I'm hungry if they hear it, so I need to hold it in. Such thoughts make the person tense up, which causes their stomach to contract even more. Now we know. In other words,
はは、さてはセイバー、腹減ってるんで気が立ってるんだな。イライラしてんのはそのせいか。まったく、朝あんなに食べてた
that
の
is
に。
not the right thing to say here, man. It is far from right.
そういえば静かだから目立たなかったけど、リンの2倍は食べてたよね。セイバーって食いしん坊だったんだ。
それは違う。私が大食漢なのではなく、リンが小食なのです。シローだって分かって。
そうみたいだな。セイバー、ほっといたら最後までご飯食べてるし、本気になったらフジネと同じぐらい食べるんじゃないか。
そのようなことはありません。一体何を見ていたのですか、シローは。
ね、いや、素直な感想なんだが。
Besides,
それに
oh,
ほら、
nope, he's still
いつ
talking.
もこの時間になると腹の虫鳴らしてるじゃんか。食いしん坊かどうかは別にして、セイバー、お腹減るの早いと思うぞ。
ほらやっぱりセイバーったらはしたない。
Ilya leaps up joyfully, excited to dress Saber down. Saber, on the other hand, who had been completely distraught earlier, is back to her usual self like nothing happened.
セイバー、怒ってないのか。
怒ってなどいません。イリアスフィールの言う通り、私は多く食事をとっていますから。体力、いえ、魔力を少しでも多く蓄えて、シローへの負担を減らそうと無理をしていたのかもしれません。
Alright, Saber can only replenish magical energy on her own. She sleeps to reduce her consumption of magical energy. And she probably wanted to stockpile as much energy by eating food.
すまん、考えがいかなかった。
No, you were being far from, actually.
いくらラインができたからって余裕があるわけじゃなかった。
And she requires tens of times more magical energy than I can give, maybe more. Servants consume massive amounts of magical energy just to keep existing. But the amount of magical energy Saber can generate in a day doesn't cover all she needs just to exist.
いいえ、理解してもらえたのならいいのです。それよりシロ。
ああ、分かってる。昼食なら作ってあるんだ。今日は弁当だから今すぐにでも。
いいえ、せっかくですからもう少し鍛錬を続けましょう。
Alright. I'm sure she actually is very irritated. Like, she's just bottling it up. Saber gives me back my shinai and takes a ready position to start a match.
セイバー、いや、だから飯に。
必要ありません。シローはこちらの方が好きだということですので。
Yeah, no, she's not happy. A chill runs down my spine. I realize I've made a terrible mistake.
待ってくれ。少し落ち着こう。セイバー、本当はすごく怒ってるだろう。
I realize how timid I sound.
まさか
Whoa.
私に何か変わったところがありますか？
全然違ってますよね、それ。
Her armor? Is she wielding the shinai while fully armored? She is.
では、いつも通り軽く流していきます。
As usual?
本気かお前。いくらなんでも大人げないぞそれ。
She isn't listening. I'm hit with all the force of a lightning strike. Freed from her position as an educator, Saber truly bears her claws. Yeah, if I made this choice... Wait, that's our end. That's our ending. Wait a minute.
はい、こんにちは。
We didn't get the prompt, though.
ちょっとした手違いで命を終えたあなたを昇天させる心霊ワールドタイガー道場です。
助手の死後の天使1号です。
しかし人生注意1秒怪我一生。冗談の通じない相手をからかうときは死を覚悟してからかうべきなんですね。
そうみたいね。けどシロ、セイバーの一突きで魂吐き出すなんて可愛いんだからな。
美的感覚が壊れたちびっ子と、それはいいとして、今回の仏さんはわりかし綺麗よね。原型残ってるなんて珍しいんじゃない？
Is he actually dead?
そうね、なんか物足りない感じ。
いじるか。
いじろっか。
Oh my gosh.
よし、これより改造手術を行う。何かの手違いで蘇らないように、まずは両手をガトリング砲に改造するのだ。さ
あ、いやさあ。
What is happening, man? I was gonna say the background there looked very familiar. Like, I was 5 years old again, and I was playing some shitty PC game.
よし、
Oh, hey.
インスタントにオペ終了。
I underwent surgery in the Tiger Dojo. Cool.
どうかね、全身を改造された気分は。だが君の意志を尊重し、最後の改造脳手術はやめておいた。
おいた。
さあ、このまま自主的に我らトラッカーの一員となるか、洗脳されてマシンとなるか、君の意志で決めたまえ。
Interesting.
大変です、相当。実験体が改造されたパワーを使って高速を引きちぎりました。大暴れです。基地が破壊されます。我々は自らの手で最強の敵を生んでしまったのではないでしょうか。
That's what you get for not doing any operating on the brain.
まずは脳改造からしておくべきだったか。
That's what I'm saying.
普通はまず脳改造から始めると思います。
Well, as per usual, I have no idea what happened there. Oh, hey, yeah, see, we're actually alive. I just had the craziest dream. Could that have been the afterlife?
気がつきましたか、シロ。衝撃もかわせないとは情けない。では、次はうまくかわしてください。剣道に合わせているのですから、死ぬ気になれば少しは耐えられるでしょう。
まだやる気満々なのですか？
当然です。昼食まであと10分。いつも通り限界まで打ち込みましょう。
Oh boy. Saber's shinai strikes furiously with a loud cracking sound. I thought we were gonna get another dead end again. I pass out once again. I should be more careful. Saber is the sort to really devote herself to taking revenge if you make her angry. Yeah. That is true. All right, so we'll skip ahead. So there is one more choice. One more choice that we have to make here. And we've already made this choice before. I think it's this. Yeah, we've already made this choice. So nothing new to see here. And we'll just skip ahead until something new comes up, I guess. Whether it be the bad end or just some new dialogue because of the choices that we were making. I mean, we're going to find out here. I don't even know if there's a point to saving anymore. There shouldn't be any more choices that I have to make that can, change things up here. Okay, so we actually have to choose the right thing here, which is we're both going to head out. And then I fucked up, before here. We're going to believe in Tosaka. And then we'll go out. And we don't want Saber to kill herself or, get taken over. Let's see how far we have to go here. Oh, day 14. We actually might go to the end of the game here. It's likely that something might change based on how much of an asshole we were all the way to the end. So something at the very end may change that would lead us to a bad ending of some sort. Yeah, we want to stand up. I didn't stand up before. That got us a bad ending. Okay, day 15. This is the last day, I think. And this is it. I'm pretty sure, at least. Yeah, it is. So we're going to go down to the basement, as God intended. And, I mean, something has to come up here soon. Oh, here we go. No one can blame her for this. Oh, wait, what's happening? She blankly looks down at the thing at her feet. Her fingers have no sensation. She's not sure what she's touching. But there is one reality she recognizes. The boy who was her master ended his own life while trying to protect her.
Shirou.
She only thought of it. For just a brief moment, she sought the Holy Grail. But that desire faded almost instantly, and she prioritized the boy's life above all else. That instant was just enough time for evil to sink in. Just thinking about it was enough. Her heart, long fatigued and worn out, was defeated in a moment of weakness that lasted no longer than the blink of an eye. Oh, you know what? I think somebody told me in the comments or somewhere that things could have gone differently here in this moment when Saber and Shirou kind of had their, their moment here. Shirou not wishing to go back, and therefore Saber knowing, okay, you know what? Shirou's onto something. Fuck the wishes, fuck the Holy Grail or whatever. But here, because the connection wasn't so strong between the two of them, she allowed her heart and mind to be open to the idea of a wish, and she hesitated. She reaches toward her master. He isn't breathing. The young girl looks so much less noble holding the boy's corpse.
よくやったセイバー。その慟哭、聖杯を受け取るにふさわしい。
The voice echoes in the darkness, as if responding to the call of Nirvana. She accepts the Holy Grail in a daze. Wow. That's gotta hurt. I think somebody also stated in the comments of the previous episode that they actually accidentally got that ending. So, if you actually went through the entire story and got to that point where, they didn't have as much of a heart-to-heart as they should have, and Saber has her hesitation and kills Shirou, you have to go back far to correct your mistakes. That's gotta suck major ass.
道場もなんと13回目。
Yes, it is.
そろそろこのコーナーが何の意味もないということに気づいてきた方も多いと思われる。
It is.
ここのところどうなのよ、弟子1号。
では率直に意見するであります。 ズバリ無意味です。なんか突然死ばっかりで単に選択肢を戻れば済むだけの問題。
正直者が憎すぎる。そんな出任せ嘘広告紛らわしい。だ、この道場はそんな簡単なもんじゃないもんね。見なさい、その証拠に。
ゲゲ、もしかして恋愛ゲームの大王道、選択肢とは関係なしのバッドルート、たった1ポイントでも足りなければ初めからやり直しという。
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much that.
そう、誰もが嫌がるドキドキシステム、あの好感度チェックによるバッドルートなのである。
これでようやくまともなアドバイスができるわね、
かんら。それじゃあ早速素振り開始。弟子1号、今回のバッドエンドの原因は何？
セイバーの好感度が一定値に達していなかったため、シロウがセイバーに見限られたからであります。
アドバイスは以下の3点。1つ、12日目からはどんな選択肢を選ぼうとセイバーに好感度はプラスされない。
Yeah, that actually, that matches the guide. There was no other choice that I had to, be kind of cautious with or anything other than, avoiding bad endings.
やり直すならもっと前からやり直せ。
うわー、何それ。それなら12日目の時点でバッドエンドさせとけばいいのに。構造的欠陥。
2つ、つまんないとは思うけど選択は常にセーバーを基本に置くこと。遠坂さんとの両天秤はこのエンドに直行よ。
リンは本当にお邪魔キャラだったのね。
Yeah, this time around, absolutely, she was supposed to be, but I think I put her first somewhat, even in my go-around with the story. So, I don't know, I was just trying to be nice to everyone and not seem like a major asshole like, we were having to be in this go-around.
リンと仲良くなりたかったら、まずセイバールートをクリアしなくちゃダメってことね。
3つ、普通にやってれば好感度条件は満たされているはずである。どうせやり直すなら7日目あたりからやり直すが吉。
Okay, probably the hint there is that you technically can get the points necessary, the brownie points with Saber, and maybe then some, if you just start there and be a good boy.
最短なら8日目で条件クリアよ。
Oh, well, yeah, there we go.
でも8日目のお昼は外に出ると私にあるよ。家に残るとセイバー好感度プラス1されるけど、まともにやっていけばそこの好感度はいらないかな。
Wait, but in this go around we actually went home.
以上である。なんかすっごく気持ちいい。ようやく自分の存在意義を果たせたよ。
そうね、ようやく胸が張れるよ。けどタイガ、大抵の人はセイバー好感度条件をクリアしてるのよね。
ええ、シロはセイバーちゃんをないがしろにするような子じゃないもの。普通ならこんな結末は迎えないわ。
タイガ、言いにくいんだけど、そんなにレアならこの道場に来る人ってすっごく少ないってことにならない？
Yeah, I mean, I had to try to get here.
大丈夫よ、きっと。そのためのスキップ機能、そのためのタイガースタンプだもん。きっとみんな死に物狂いで変なプレイしてこの道場にたどり着いてくれるわよ。
Yeah,
その頃
that
に
is
は
true.
みんなこんな変な条件のバッドエンドを憎んでるわ。つまりみんなに喜ばれようとしたタイガの道場はコンプリートにおいてプレイヤーを苦しめるものになってるの。
Yeah.
アイデンティティクライシス。
もうバカ、爆発落ちなんて最低。
That's crazy. We had 2 explosions in the same episode. Yeah, restarting from the most recent decision point will do absolutely nothing. That does absolutely nothing. There should have been a prompt to go back to the beginning of, day 7 or whatever. But there we have it. That took some time, but we did get ending 13. Jesus. All right. Well, we did it, guys. It only took me 3 recording sessions and probably close to 2.5 hours, maybe? I don't know. I actually have no idea how long this episode will be, but it's all going to be one episode. I don't care. It's just all going to be one episode. And looking at our chart here, like, yeah, I definitely did things that, you know, were in support of other characters. I mean, that was during the first few days, but I'm sure there were moments where I made a decision, like, yeah, here, where I made a decision that was in support of Rin. That's just, you know, how I did. Here's another one. However, there wasn't like an option to go for Saber instead. But either way, my point is, I think I was just trying to be a smart, nice person with my choices. And sometimes that got me killed, but I think that kind of worked out in our go around. And honestly, going through, you know, pretty much the entire story again here in a wacky format, it has made me realize that I am very much okay with a lot of the choices, that I had made when I first went through this story. I think I made some sensible decisions, some maybe not so much, and, you know, that got us to some bad endings, but I think all in all, the choices that I made were pretty dang good. And I do have to say, this game is so damn smart with how it provides more and maybe different options and limiting some options based on the choices that you made previously. And everything felt so in line as well. It didn't feel like things were going in a wacky direction for a scene compared to another, you know, based on a different choice. Everything felt like it flowed regardless, which is really impressive. So my hat is off yet again to good old Fate Stay Night, because I'm just continuously impressed. So this wasn't really the worst, having to go through the entire story again to make different decisions in order to get a different ending or whatever type deal. I think we gained quite a bit from it. It wasn't all that bad. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully this was helpful, because I'd like to see this as a, as a guide of its own. This was also a walkthrough, if you will, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, and in the next episode, we will begin the next route. Unless there's something else I need to do before we actually go in and start the next route. But I'm pretty sure we're starting the next route in the next episode. I'll see you guys there. Take it easy.